Hey guys, Brandon here, or Daddy from the Daddy Daughter Vlog. And today, I want to come to you with 5 quick tips for new dads. Let's jump right in. Tip number 1, be involved. Like, right from the get-go, be involved. Be ready to hold the baby, or feed the baby, or do diapers, or anything really that your significant other needs you to do, because they just went through something pretty amazing. Now here's a bonus tip. Allison had her mom here for 2 weeks after Charlotte was born. So I went back to work. I decided to take that vacation time and pour it into when Allison's mom left. So after Allison's mom went back home, I then took weeks like 2 through 4 or 3 through 5 or whatever of Charlotte's life off from work and devoted that time to being a dad. Now involvement is going to change from month to month. At first you might just need to hold the baby while the baby screams so your significant other can go take a shower. It is what it is. Later, they get way more fun. So involvement's definitely gonna change into you doing like playing with the baby or taking her out for a car ride. One of my favorite is bath time. Now, bath time looks a little different at our house. We've just found that it's so much easier now that Charlotte's almost 1, and we've been doing this since she was about 8 months old. But to just turn the water temperature down a little bit and put the baby in the shower with us. Usually there'll be 2 of us there, so one will take a shower with the baby, the other one will be waiting outside with a towel. But like yesterday, she was covered in grits, so we stripped down and hopped into the shower, and it was so much easier because I was covered in grits too. I've got to say this. I have always loved my baby. I have always loved Charlotte. But when she was about 6 months old, I started to really like her. Now, I know that might sound bad, but bear with me here. Little babies really need their mamas. So once she hit about 6 months old and I could start giving her some pouches instead of a bottle, or I could supplement with some formula instead of her breastfeeding. I could take her to get some food with me, or take her to the mall, or take her for a walk, to where we didn't have to rely on mommy being there every 30 seconds. That's when it really started to get fun for me. Tip number 2. What you need and how to get it. Now this one was a biggie for us. We were first-time parents, we did all of our research, we built new things, we borrowed things, we bought things, we bought things off of other people. But if I had known then what I know now, it would have been completely different. My biggest recommendation: consignment sales. We have seen everything at consignment sales, from Mamaroos and backpack carriers to every piece of clothing you will ever need. We actually got my favorite piece of equipment from a consignment sale. The backpack carrier that you see me wearing in most of our videos came from a consignment sale. We got it for $12. I could not imagine my life without that backpack carrier. Another biggie: hand-me-downs. Let people give you things. Do not tell them no. You know, one of my favorite stories is someone asked us if we had use for a car seat that was expired. And I was thinking to myself, what in the world would we need with a car seat that's expired? Then it hit me. We took that car seat and said thank you, and we turned it into Toys R Us at their great trade-in event for a 25% off gift certificate to buy her pack and play that we use. So someone being generous enough to offer us this car seat instead of throwing it out saved us like $50 on her pack and play. So yeah, take it. Say thank you. Another cool thing that we learned is that you can get equipment cleaned. Someone gave us a pack and play that had been sitting in a basement for 4 or 5 years, and just gave it to us. And we took it to Babies R Us when they were having like a cleaning service out there. Paid $25, got this pack and play cleaned, and gave it to my parents. For $25, they have a pack and play for Charlotte at their house where she can take naps, and they can sit her down if they need to run to the bathroom or anything. So super great investment. Tip number 3. How to handle other people's opinions. Now this one was kind of tough for us. We go to a fairly large church. We have a big family. Allison's a pediatric nurse. I work in children's ministry and was a teacher before that. So we got a lot of opinions from people. In fact, I feel like everyone has an opinion on how you should raise your child. But look at me really close. Ultimately, how you raise your child is up to you. Period. And all of these people have to understand that. Now, I'm not saying to be a total jerk to these people. Some people are offering you really great opinions that you may want to listen to. Other people, you may want to take their opinion and say, oh, thank you, we'll keep that in mind. Either way, there's no reason to be a jerk about it. Now, my biggie for this tip is surround yourself with really awesome, positive people. We have a small group of people who we are around all the time. So even if someone says something negative, or there's any negativity surrounding how we're raising Charlotte, it is way outweighed by the positivity of this group of people and how much they love on us and tell us how great we're doing as parents. So surround yourself with those people because they are the ones that make parenting so much more fun. Tip number 4, model good behavior. I know this sounds kind of silly when you're talking about babies, but to use Pokemon Go as a reference because it's like the hottest thing in America right now. If the unevolved form of a baby was a sponge that just takes in everything that's going around them, the evolved form would be a mirror. It is going to reflect everything that it's taken in. And that is exactly how it's going to work with your kid. Now that Charlotte is getting close to a year old, we are seeing ourselves so much in her. Whether it be the way she tries to blow kisses or wave, or she tried to snap her fingers at me the other day. We are seeing ourselves in everything that she does, which means we have to really pay attention. And it made me think back, right? Like, what has she seen and heard from me for the past 11 months and 16 days? Babies are sponges. From the get-go, model great behavior. The last thing I want to say on this is kind of more of a life tip than it is a fatherhood tip, but as a man, I feel like I have to say it. How your child sees you treat people that can do nothing for you tells your child exactly who you are. It is very easy for me to loan out one of my tools or do a favor for somebody that I know can do something for me later on, and it kind of balances out. What they really need to see is me giving a sandwich to the homeless guy on the street who can never pay me back. Because when she sees me do that, she sees that I have a love for other people and not a want for a return favor. Tip number 5, and this one's really for you guys that are married. Date your spouse. I know that might sound kind of silly and kind of like, how does this have anything to do with raising my kid? but it's huge. You and your wife were a couple way before this baby ever came along. And you will be a couple way after this baby leaves your home. So you need to make sure that you are investing in that relationship as well. And it's really cool to let other people watch your kids. I know it sounds kind of scary, but one of my favorite things I've seen is other people interacting with Charlotte, especially her grandparents. Now, that being said, you set the rules in this scenario, and you make sure that those rules are clearly communicated and followed. It is okay for you to tell someone who is watching your kid how you expect for that to go. Now, my mom will tell you that there are some grandma rules, some things that can be broken, but these are the little things. The biggies, hard line, do not get broken. Charlotte is not allowed to nap after 4 p.m. because that night will be miserable if she goes to sleep that late. That is a hard and fast rule. But if grandma wants to turn on Little Baby Bum, then, you know, it may not have been a time that we would have turned it on, but who cares? This is a time that can help you remember why you fell in love with this person enough to make another human being with them. So it's really cool to get to spend that time with your wife. Extra pro tip, guys, let her pick where you go and what you do. Caring for a child is so hard. So if she wants to go and watch a movie, go watch a movie. If she wants to go out to dinner, go out to dinner. If she wants to get dressed up and go to that restaurant you hate because they only sell rabbit food, by goodness, go to that restaurant. And then on the way home, stop somewhere and get you a burger because everybody knows salads aren't food. Alright, if you made it all the way through this video, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe in the bottom. I love making videos. Charlotte and I love to see what you guys have to say. So yeah, thanks for watching.